Leanne, tell us what the best party outfit is.
The best part, you thought it was the hat? Oh no, it's not the hat. It's
Boom.
this bitch.
There it is. And then on the 29th, my PCR test came back positive. Boom. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living in West Africa. Right now, I'm in Sierra Leone. And if you want to know what these last 3 weeks has been like for me here in Sierra Leone, then this is the video for you. Okay, cool. So let's just put it out there right away. I caught COVID while I was here in Sierra Leone. And so I've been on quarantine and on lockdown for about a week. It has really hampered all of my plans. I had a bunch of stuff that I've been planning to do. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do a lot of it. But I did go to a couple events. So let's get right into it. All right, so first things first, I'll take you through what it was like to travel here, getting the COVID test and going through the airport, and you get to see what that looks like from the inside. So let me show you that. So check it out. All right, guys, on my way to get another COVID test for travel to Sierra Leone. I'm on my way there now. My flight is tomorrow, so about to catch an Uber to head over there. I'm back again here at Yahoo for my COVID test. Here we are. Get your receipt, get your stamp. Okay. Alright, so it wasn't too bad. The test, as usual, is a little aggressive. One up the nose, one for your throat. But that part is done. Come back and get my test results at 5 p.m. Alright, guys, so here we are. Last day in Ghana before I head to the airport. So I'm on my way there now, and I'm on my way to Sierra Leone. See you guys when I land. So, I got the worst news ever. My ticket actually was never printed. They basically had a record locator. They sent me my seats and all that kind of stuff, but apparently it never went through. My card, they declined the card for some reason. I don't know, sometimes my debit card from my bank just doesn't allow the card to go through. And so, yeah, that means that I can't get the next flight out until Sunday. And it's about $600. It never charged my card, so either I'm gonna just go home now, try to see if I can find the next flight, or actually, let me see, I'm gonna actually stay here, see if I can find a flight on another airline that's today. If there is one, then I'll take it. If not, then I'm just gonna have to go home and wait to take the Askai Airlines flight on Sunday, which gets me in Sunday night. Unfortunately, that's after everything that's supposed to be going on. I'm supposed to be going to a wedding this coming weekend. There's a bunch of events that are happening this week, and I'm probably gonna miss all of them if I have to take the next Askai flight. Let me see if I can find another flight that I can take. So I'm gonna go sit down, get on the internet and see what I can find. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, so I am back at the airport. So as I mentioned yesterday, I wasn't able to get on my flight. What they did offer me was the potential to get on a standby flight for the next Africa World Airlines flight, leaving this morning at 10 a.m. So it's Tuesday, December 14th. I was supposed to leave on Monday, December 13th at 2 p.m., but I'm planning to leave on Tuesday, December 14th. So I'm waiting for this flight on standby. I got on the flight. There actually was plenty of seats. The seat next door is actually free, so that worked out. Man, what a crazy 24 hours, but it finally worked out. I'm on my flight, getting ready to head to Sierra Leone. You guys ready? Let's go.
Ensure you have your cabin luggage before leaving the aircraft. May I remind you that smoking is not permitted until you've reached an approved smoking area.
Feet are on ground in Sierra Leone. So So welcome to our main terminal here. So I got one of my bags. This blue one. Waiting for the next one to come out. There's only 3 carousels in the whole airport. There's the second and the third. But usually, there's only one flight at a time. There's the second one. We're all set, let's go. Okay, so once you show that you've already paid over here, you come inside this room, you sit and wait, and then you go. They put you in a queue to take your test, and then you take your test, wait for your results, and then you go. So, let's do it. So we did the test outside in this big tent. I guess because inside it was too hectic and too many people, and they're expecting more people this year, so they've actually moved it outside, which makes a lot more sense. So if you can see, it's a much bigger space. It's a much bigger space. So you get your rapid test, and they do a long-term PCR test. So you do your rapid test, they give you your results within 10 minutes, so you can be on your way if you test negative. All right, so I'm on Seabird. I'm on the Seabird right now. I'm on my way, and this Seabird is just me. All right, so that is what it's like to travel here to Sierra Leone. So that's what it looks like. That's the process. It takes forever, but once you're here, you're happy you're here. So that is traveling to Sierra Leone. I traveled on December 14th. So there was a couple days where I didn't do much. We did have our first unofficial board meeting for Launchpad Africa, which I told you guys about previously. So we did do that from the hotel I was staying in the first couple days I was here. Don't really have any footage from that, so that is all classified right now, but you guys will get more on that soon. And so for a couple days I was there. So on the 17th, we went to a club called Decode, which is a new bar / club / lounge. Pretty dope spot. People tend to love it. Let me show you what that place looked like. So check it out. What's up, guys? So I'm on my way to a spot called Decode. It's a new lounge on Lonely Beach Road. My friends have already been there before. It's kind of their grand opening this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. So check it out. All right, cool. So that was Decode. When you come to town, it's on Lonely Beach Road. It's a pretty nice spot. It does get pretty packed, so I recommend getting a table. And if you get there early enough, you can get a table on a wall, so it's not in the middle. Our table is like right in the middle of everyone, so people were sitting on the back of our couch and all that kind of stuff. Not ideal, especially in such an enclosed space, especially in the times that we're in. So that was Decode. All right, cool. So on the 18th, my cousin got married. That was a crazy day for me because I didn't have any transportation, so I had to take a keke with my suit. So I had to take a keke for majority of the way, but there's a specific road, Kissy Road, that kekes can't drive on, and so I had to take a bike. but then 3 different bikes didn't know where the wedding reception was. So I got there at the very, very end. And so I'll show you guys what that looked like. So check out the wedding. All right, on my way to a wedding. Had to take a KK. Couldn't get any other transportation. It's crazy. Check it out. We made it after 2 hours on the road, super late, but I'm here. The wedding is almost over, but it's like a 2.5 hour ceremony, so here we are.
Sister Grace, Father, may your countenance rest upon them. See them through, oh Father. We pray for mutual understanding.
What's up, Didi? All right, cool. Then there was a wedding reception afterwards, so let me show you some footage from that. I'll do a whole separate video on that, but check that out.
It's 90s. So myself, I call Didi, I tell Didi. Then Didi say, look, if you find this woman and they marry her.
Wow. The day is finally over. I'm just now getting back to the place that I'm staying. What a crazy long day. I spent almost 2 hours in transit to the wedding just to get there after the wedding was over. I spent almost 2 hours in transit to the wedding just to get there after the wedding was over. It was a great wedding reception later, but I was out in the sun for, I don't know, 2 hours before I got to the wedding. And then after the wedding, I couldn't get all the way back to where I was staying. So I went to my cousin's house and then went back with them to the reception. The reception was supposed to start at 5. It started at 10. Salon man time. Anyway, great day overall. Met the bride. She's really cool. Met some of the other family members and whatnot, but man, what a day. Crazy. Cool. So that was the wedding reception and the wedding. Crazy story, long story, but I finally got there, got a chance to see it, so it was a good time. So now on the 19th, I went to Bday. Bday Food Festival is what I went to in May. It was a good event, same location, but much smaller. This event was much bigger, way more vendors, lots of food vendors, alcohol vendors, people selling clothes and jewelry. Really, really nice event. A couple of my friends went shopping. We think this might have been the event that we might have all got COVID, or it might have happened at Decode a couple days earlier. But yeah, so let me show you what Dengn looks like. So check it out. All right, guys, I'm on my way to an event called Dengn. It's an event that happens twice yearly, right around Sierra Leone's Independence Day. And then there's another one during the December holiday. So it's a 2-day event. It's all day long, and then it becomes a party at night. There's vendors, there's food, all kinds of stuff. So check it out. So that was Dengn. You got an idea. Performances happening on stage, lots of dancing, really good time. A lot of people had a lot of fun, including myself. But yeah, so that's Dengn. Okay, so on the 22nd, we went to Ballin. Now, Ballin is a big event every year. This year, they actually had 3 different events. They had the main pool party, which is the one we went to. They had an over 30 event. And then in the new year, they're having another event as well. But Ballin is like a group of guys that are Sierra Leonean from the UK. They come together and they do these big events. I've been going to Ballin since 2019 or 2018, but they do it pretty much every year and it's been going on for some time now. Anyway, we went to Ballin. Crazy event as always. So check it out. Leanne, tell us what the best party outfit is.
The best part, you thought it was the hat? Oh no, it's not the hat. It's
Boom.
this bitch.
There it is. So that was Ballin. You got an idea now. Now you know what Ballin looks like. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on Ballin itself, but now you got an idea, like a little sneak peek of what it looks like. So, I forgot to mention that on the 23rd, I also went to the contractor's house and actually had to confront him about the work that had not been done. It's a whole long thing and we'll do a whole separate video on that, but in any case, he did go back to the house and start to do some work to complete phase 1. So that phase 1 work has been completed. So let me show you what they went to do and what the process looks like. So check it out. So we're back at the site and I'm here with Hafiz. Hafiz, can you tell us what they are doing now? We're finishing phase.
Yes, finishing phase 1. This is slab concreting.
Okay.
This is the last phase of phase 1. This is the finishing of the foundation.
Finishing of the foundation.
This foundation.
So what they're doing now is just concreting over top of the stones that are already there.
Yes.
And each of the room delineations are already there too, right? I see everywhere each of these iron rods are. Is that what that is?
Exactly. This, from this point to that point is the room.
Okay.
And that is the bathroom.
Are you guys hearing this?
Come.
Let's go.
Kitchen and the sitting room.
Right, so the kitchen and the sitting room. Yep.
And that's the other room. And
bathroom in the back.
Toilet. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. So that's it. And how long before this is finished?
About an hour.
Another hour and they're done.
For this.
For the concreting. And then phase 1 is done.
It's done.
Okay, cool. All right, so that is what the housework looks like now that they've finished phase 1. So phase 1 is finally complete. Now phase 1 was supposed to be completed in July or even June. Phase 1 has just now been completed in December. And so this is the thing that I've been talking to you guys for months about that just took forever to get done, but we are making some progress. Now it's time to put the walls up, the doors, the windows, and put the ceiling up. And then when I come back next time, that's when I'll do the electrical work. So that's the house update. All right, so now moving on to the 26th. So the day after, so on Christmas Day, we just went, we took it easy. We have no children with us, so we didn't do a whole like Christmas tree and all of that kind of stuff. We just kind of took it easy and hung out. But on the 26th was the memorial for my grandparents. It was the 25th anniversary of their passing. And so we went to a memorial at the church where we got a chance to hear from a reverend about what my grandfather meant to the church, what my great uncle and my other great uncle meant to the church. They sang in the choir. My grandfather worked his way up to becoming the reverend there. Really, really amazing story. Didn't know that much about him and his history at that church. But yeah, so we got a chance to hear more about him and his impact on the church. And so, well, yeah, why don't you guys just check it out? All right, what's up, guys? So this has been a not so great week. I've been sick. Don't know what it is. It's not COVID, apparently. I've been COVID tested, but one of my friends found out she has COVID, and I was with her the day before at an event, and so now I'm like, and I have a cough and a runny nose, and so I'm thinking, oh, that means I have COVID. So I go and get tested. I'm told I am negative, so I have some other cough and runny nose from whatever else this is. Another friend of ours also tested negative. But now, you know, this of course has hindered the plans for everyone. So it's just been a crazy week. But yeah, we have our memorial event today. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on more as time goes on throughout this week. But this week has been just not ideal. So yeah, that's the update for now. More to come soon. So see you guys in a second. So yeah, so that was the memorial service. And then we also went to my aunt's house afterwards, took some pictures, hung out, ate, just got a chance to spend some time with the family. So we did that for a couple hours and then we went on our way. And later that night, my sister, her boyfriend, and I went to the event at the Chemist event. Man, that place was packed. It was crazy. Check it out. You just gotta check it out. All right, guys, so we're on our way to an event called Chemists. It's a company called Chemists. They make these events. They serve alcohol at all the different other people's parties, and then they also have their own parties. So I've been to their event before, and I'm going back to this one this year. I'm actually gonna be interviewing the CEO, the guy who started Chemists. So you guys be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, check it out. That is the Chemist event. So that was also on the 26th. So later in the day, after we did the memorial service and all that, we went to Chemist later that night because we wanted to have at least a little bit of a nightlife experience for my sister and her boyfriend. They had my sister hadn't been here for a couple years. Her boyfriend had never been here, and so they hadn't experienced any nightlife in a long time because they missed the Ballin party because of all of the situation with the travel and all of that. So we wanted to make sure we went out and saw it. So that was the 26th. So the 27th was the celebration of my mom's 75th birthday. So we had rented out a hall, we had catering done, I went around and got alcohol and soft drinks, we got beers and stuff, and we had a good time. Good food, just an overall good time, so check it out. So that was the birthday event for my mom. Good times, good people, lots of family, lots of interesting stories. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that, but I wanted to just give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what that was. So that was the 75th birthday. The 28th, we kind of just took it easy. We were just kind of hanging out in all of our respective locations, and but some of the people who were in our group who had tested positive were all just kind of staying in the house and laying low. And so I got a notification early that morning that our friend Patrick was proposing to his girlfriend. So from a year to the date that they met, he was going to be proposing. And so he decided to tie the knot, just take himself off the market, which is awesome. It's good to see more people taking those steps. I'm not there yet, but it's good to see my friends are doing it. So anyway, so he definitely did the proposal on Zoom because half of our friends were in quarantine because a bunch of them tested positive for COVID. And so, so without further ado, just check it out. A proposal in lockdown, check it out. On Zoom, a Zoom lockdown proposal. COVID protocols. My man Patrick is popping the big question to Agnes right now. She said yes, guys.
I'm crying.
She said yes, guys. All right, cool. So that was the proposal we did on Zoom. That was on the 28th. And then on the 29th, I was called by a friend of mine who, she's in the US right now, but she works for CID here, which is, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but they oversee all the testing and stuff. And she called me and told me that my PCR test came back positive. So even though my rapid test came out negative, and so I was moving around afterwards, even though, I had a little bit of a weird, like cold-like symptoms, so I wasn't 100% sure, but I was pretty sure that I was negative because of the rapid test. Unfortunately, it was a false negative. My PCR test came back 48 hours later, and I was positive. So I tested positive. So I'm on a regimen right now. I'm taking the Z-Pack, the azithromycin, twice a day, 3 come in one of these. I'm taking a vitamin C chewable. We're taking a garlic pill and a zinc. And so that's what I'm taking every day. 2 of them twice a day, every day for the last 2 days. That's supposed to be the aggressive treatment that should help us to remove it from my system. Last time I got tested, found out that I have a very high level of COVID in my system, which means I need to aggressively treat it. And so that is the process I'm on right now. I don't really have too many symptoms right now. There's a little bit of a cough. That's really it, but I gotta keep aggressively treating it, so here we are. So I've been on quarantine ever since. So that means all of the other events, the Ballin, Growing and Sexy, all the different events between then and New Year's Eve, all of those events, unfortunately, I was not able to go to because I have been on quarantine. So I've now been on quarantine for about 6 days. Tomorrow we're planning to get tested again because you want to test after all your symptoms are gone. Most of my symptoms are gone, but I have a little bit of a stuffy nose, it's pretty much gone now. The cough is almost all gone. It only happens like at night or in the morning. We've been aggressively taking different medications and really trying to combat this thing. Just started the steams last night and doing it this morning with Vicks and hot water. So that's a new thing. But yeah, so unfortunately, the end of my trip has been pretty much ruined, at least for the end of the year. Now that, let's see if COVID is out of my system once I get tested tomorrow, then we have more things that we can do. And so I'll be able to give you guys an update for the first week in the new year next week, so you guys can see how all of that went. So yeah, so that was the end of the year for me. The last 3 weeks of this year were a hectic, wild ride. There was some highs, there was some lows. Overall, it was a great year. I decided to start the YouTube channel. As you guys all know, you guys have been on that journey with me. I really thank you guys all for coming along with me. Hit my goal of hitting 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and by at least 50 or so. I think we're 50 over the goal. So we really, and it's thanks to you guys. You know, you guys have really been on this journey with me. Many of you have been there from the beginning. You guys know who you are. You've been commenting, you've been sharing, you've been telling your friends about the channel, and I want you guys to continue to do that. Continue to do that. Make sure people subscribe so that they get notified every time a new video comes out. But you guys have really made this a worthwhile experience. But anyway, I'm gonna be doing whole separate videos on all the different things that I did this last few weeks, so you can get like a full experience of each event. These were just some small clips and a little bit of insight into what each event was like, but you'll get all individualized videos in this coming new year. But thanks again for coming along on this journey with me so far. I'm absolutely looking forward to giving you guys all kinds of new content in the new year. We got interviews coming, we got more experiences coming. Trust me, there's a lot more to come. So with that, Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed 2021. I hope you brought it in and you reflected on the year, and you brought in the new year with gratitude and with plans for the new year. I sure did, and I'll be sharing that with you soon. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. See you all on the next video. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.